Everybody, welcome to PreMarket Prep at the close. The at the close edition. Joel and I are here to walk you through the last half hour of today's session. So do what you do, hit that like button, hit subscribe, tell your friends. What up, Alt? What up, BNZNB? Still not quite sure how to pronounce that, but hope everyone had a nice green day to start the week off, and let's just hang out for the last half hour, and we'll take some questions from the chat. We'll talk cruise lines, we'll talk airlines, and we'll talk lines. I don't know. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joel, how was your Monday going?
Good. Sorry for the delayed start, guys. That was my fault. That wasn't Spencer's fault for once. It's going pretty good. We got nothing out there. I mean, nothing going on today.
Quiet.
Just a paltry 14 and 29, 39, 43 point range? I mean, come on. That's nothing. And you know what? That's not a bad sign because we're hanging in here at 4,500. Just what I wanted. I want to catch a bid here. I want to hold in here, and I want to rally and take out 44.86 on the upside. So that's what's going on in the S&Ps today, if you guys haven't noticed. Crude, quiet day. Shall I say a double top at 93? Bite my tongue. Down 89 cents, 91.42. Gold's having another good day. We're going to go back up to 1850, and then we're going to puke and go back down to 1770. Silver's in the green by 56.5 cents, trying to close over 23. Bitcoin's your big winner. Big 2-day move. Old resistance, old support, new resistance coming up here at 45.5. And Ethereum futures, they're doing okay too. They're up $214 at 3174.50.
Maybe we should just go back to oil for a second here, Joel. I mean, is oil going to 100? Should we just buy like XLE or Chevron or Exxon and call it a day here? I mean, at this point, that's how it looks, right?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Those things have already. If you want to buy oil, we've already gone through this argument. You buy oil.
Yeah.
You don't buy USO. You don't buy H2O. You buy oil. So if you want to, open up a futures account and buy oil, yeah, you could maybe even trade the mini crude contract. So if you want to buy oil, buy oil. You can buy those stocks, but I can't tell you what they're going to do. And then I don't know for sure if it's going to 100. But right now, you got, like I said, pair of highs at the $93 area.
I want to start not with the airlines from this morning, but with the cruise lines today. I don't know if you saw those today, Joel, but I didn't even look. Well, not that's not true. I did look, but I didn't see anything specific that would make Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, and Carnival all trade up 8%. But that's what they're all doing today. Did anyone else see anything out there? I mean, I didn't look super hard, so I don't want it to seem like I scoured the depths of the internet, but because I didn't, but I didn't see any headline that would make this an exceptional day for the cruise lines, and yet here we are.
Do you think it was Triple D and I talking about the reopening trade this morning when we were talking about Disney? I mean, we've been talking about the reopening trade, right? And things have, it's kind of fall out, with a potential war with Russia and interest rates going to 9%. People have not been talking about the virus and the cases and everything. So, from all the indications, until we get another strain, right, things seem to be going the right way. I think, mask mandates dropping, cruise ship. If I were on one, I would still wear a mask, but it's up to the individual. I just think it's, it's a reopening trade, and these stocks been beat up. People probably been beat up in growth stocks. They take a haircut in Facebook, and they're looking at other places to deploy their resources. You did get a I mean, it's you did get a little good news out of the airline sector too, right? With this save deal.
Yeah.
And so it's like, hey, let's rotate into reopening trades. Let's rent those stocks for a couple days. So that's what I'm attributed to. Mitch did point out CCL earlier this morning on the pre-market prep with stock odds. I wanted it to hold 21 for Mitch. It's holding 21 for Mitch. Just don't put your stop in too low, Mitch. Let it ride. Let it breathe. Next stop 22. Let's go for RCL. Where's our buddy with the short report? Where's he at? Who was that? Who was the guy at the short
Uh,
report?
on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've that like barely registered. Uh, Wait, not from that wasn't last week.
No, it was a couple weeks ago. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a
yeah,
couple
oh,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah. Gosh, who was that now? That barely registered on my radar. I remember it like it came out like midday and like I mentioned it once and like that was it. Who was it? It
Clinksdale, Clydesdale, Claresdale?
was it Carisdale? I'm looking
I
right now.
can't
I'm going.
remember.
I'm going in the pro. Gosh.
Someone should know this. Spencer, you
Yeah.
should know this like this. Top, boom, boom, boom.
No,
You should know this.
honestly, until you mentioned it, I had honestly forgotten that it had happened.
Goldenberg, Redenberg, Barenberg,
It's a trace.
Shippensburg,
Man, I don't see anything in the pro. I know we have it, but trying to find it.
Spinner, tell them. Hindenburg. Thank you, Robert Carneal.
Hindenburg had a short report. See, I didn't even really remember that. What
Our
day
new
was
assistant producer, Robert Carneal, be
it?
taking over for Spencer tomorrow.
Oh,
Uh,
January 6th. Yeah, wow. That didn't even stay on my radar at all. I had like no recollection of that happening. All right.
yeah, you did have a recollection because you talked about it, Spencer,
I'm
and
sure
we
I
kind
talked.
of
I'm sure I talked about yeah, but like maybe like a week later. But like I don't know.
hint. For all you big short sellers out there, the guy
Yeah.
we're tanking. By the way, I don't know what just happened here, but so much for closing above 4,500. Hint to these short sellers, man. Don't pick on a big cap stock like RCL. If you're going to get out there and get down and dirty, do it in some front, on some low float,
Do
low
it on.
volume kind of thing. Don't go
Do it
after a
on. Yeah.
stock like that.
Yeah.
Give me
See,
the news, Spencer. News me. What just happened there?
yeah. I mean, I see some broad based selling across the board. I don't know if it's anything. I'm checking. I just checked with the news desk, and I mean, I don't see anything, frankly.
Red alert. That's what the hell that
What's
is.
going
What
on,
the
Mitchy
hell is that, man? Joe,
Yeah.
you got my heart pumping over here. I saw those candles.
What's going on, Mitchy Mitch? You seen
I'm gonna
anything?
look. I'm gonna try to find this because it does look like news. I'll try to find.
Is
I
it in balance land? Is it? I
I
mean,
saw a small buying balance.
yeah, we got to find out. Come on, what happened? Help me, folks. Help me. Pre-market low. Oh, look at that. Do we talk about the pre-market low and regular session low trick? Look at that. Pre-market low 71 and a quarter. They pressed it this morning. They got to 71.75. Couldn't take it back up, and now under 71.75. I wish I could tell you I had a good support level, but then I'd be lying to you because the next daily on my levels, I don't know what your levels look at. Friday's low was 42, 42.50. That's 40 handles away. But if we go down, what's this, a minute chart here? 1, 2, 3, 4. If we go down, let's say 15 handles every 4 minutes, then we should be there in about 8 minutes. So we'll see what happens here. Something's going on. Someone said something somewhere, and it's not good.
It could just be end of the day shuffling here. I don't know. I mean, like you're right. Like it's a lot of times when you like call out moves, I like if I don't poo poo it outwardly, I poo poo it in my mind. But that was not a move to poo poo at all. That was a legitimate move downward, is what that was. So yeah, I'll be honest. I'm looking and I don't see anything really. So I'll keep my eyes peeled. But I know our news desk is on as well. I really don't see Biden is not speaking right now. Is he? No, he's not. Our fan.
You know what? You know how they say like the market is predicted 3 out of the last 10 sessions. I had predicted 47 out of the last 2 market corrections. So
Oh, yeah, me too, actually. Funny how that works out.
we're headed for the pre-market low there, folks. So get ready on the
Holy
downside. We got
cow,
about another 8 handles to go.
this is actually this is actually a little dramatic here. I was literally gonna say before, it's so quiet today, and this is actually a bit of a dramatic move. If you pull up, yeah, you got the futures open, right? But you can pull up anything. You can pull up any,
Yeah, well,
Apple, all those guys are flirting with their low of the day. Um, uh, you know, energy names are doing strong and they're still strong. Materials were strong and they're still strong. Or industrials, I mean, financials, banks were strong and they're still strong. So, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Just some broad-based
maybe
selling.
Mitch can come out with us. Someone said Biden press conference about to
Yeah.
start.
Well, he's not speaking now though, as I understand it, unless he's speaking
Maybe
or
there
he
was a
is.
maybe there's a leak on his speech.
He's speaking with the premier of Germany right now to talk about. I don't even know, honestly,
I
but
hope they're getting. I hope they're
uh,
not talking about launching a dual attack on Russia, Ukraine, and China at the same time. That could be bearish.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. Anyway, what else was on my list? Okay, yeah. So the cruise lines, the airlines, right? The airlines are all made big moves today off of the news this morning. So I guess not a huge surprise because you see one deal, you think maybe there's more deals here to be had. I'm a little bit surprised to see the big ones, the
The big ones
Americans.
move. I know.
I know. I'm a
I
little bit
know.
surprised to see that. I'm not as surprised to see like HA or JetBlue move, but I am a little bit surprised to see like Delta up, Americans up 5% today, United's up 4% today. Um,
Let's talk about the little guys. Let's talk because the big guys are going up. It's just the
I
reopening.
you know
Let's
what
talk about the little guys. HA.
Yeah. Before we do that, though, I think it actually may have been something that Biden said. I guess I didn't realize he's speaking right now. I don't even know if it's televised anywhere, but I guess he's speaking in hypothetical terms about what would happen in Ukraine should Russia decide to invade.
Yeah,
So
he's speaking live right there on the White House government. You guys can
right.
pull him right up.
WhiteHouse.gov, where all the hottest content lives. And I guess he's speaking about the Ukraine situation right now. You know how the market hates war, Joel. But anyway, yeah. So HA, smaller airline, Hawaiian Airlines. That's one.
Why not a war after a pandemic? Keep the economy going. We're coming out of it.
ALK,
If we slow down.
ALK is another smaller airline, Alaska, and then ALGT. That one's barely up today. That's weird.
You know what? My buddy really likes ALGT. My buddy Paul, and he says he flies from Traverse City down to Fort Myers, maybe Sarasota, for like 175 bucks. Boom, boom. Small
Wow.
airports, boom. Yeah, easy travel. We're into the 70 handle here, folks. We're gonna see what happens at that pre-market low, which is also the intraday low. Let's call it 71 and a quarter. So let's go. What else do we got? So
Uh,
the little guys moved to except for ALGT. So there, Spencer gave you a good trade there. Way to go, Spencer.
For all you DWAC traders out there, just a PSA that Donald Trump will be on Fox Business tomorrow morning. I don't know what time, but he'll be on Mornings with Maria, probably at like 6, 7 in the morning. If you're trading DWAC,
He gets up that early?
oh yeah, he's known to get up at like he does. I don't think he sleeps. I think that's been widely reported that he like is not a big sleeper,
Hmm.
at all.
Okay.
Which good for him. What else was on my list here to discuss? After hours tonight, we're going to hear from Take Two. That's kind of it on the earnings front. Not much. Maybe Joel's old favorite SPG, Simon Property Group, is interesting.
How is Simon Property Group? What
Ah,
are they doing with that?
it doesn't do anything.
Ah, man, that's doing pretty good, I think. Hanging out here over your January highs. Not much to say. Kind of near the top of the post-pandemic trading range, but don't have a gut call on that one.
Joel, did you see Tyson Foods today? We didn't talk about it this morning. They reported earnings pre-market today, and they blew it away. They crushed it.
Eat more chicken.
Yeah,
I mean, wow. Woo! Look at that. New
I mean,
all-time high.
their earnings per share year over year up 140%. I'm sorry, the adjusted EPS was up 48%. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, they beat the top line, they beat on the bottom line. I mean,
That's a lot. I mean, people are eating chicken, right? Isn't beef super expensive? So, yeah, they have, if you want to eat chicken, they have what's that? Price
hold
elasticity
on,
or
hold on. I'm trying to
elasticity? What's that
understand
word? I didn't.
I'm trying to understand this income statement here, but the margins the columns aren't super lined up. But I think it says that their operating margin. Okay, I'm trying to read this. Their operating margin on pork is up 10% year over year. It's up 19% year over year on beef, and it's up, what is that, 3% on chicken? It's a little bit hard because the columns aren't lined up here in this sheet that I'm looking at right now. But okay, any bottom line is, yeah, they're able to charge more for their products.
That's called price elasticity of demand.
Yeah, yes, it is.
And that's when the ratio of the percentage change in quantity demanded of a product to the percentage of the change in price.
Yeah, that's
And I'm
it.
not looking at Google right now, folks. Yeah. What else is chicken? What's Pilgrim's Pride? Is that around anymore?
I don't even know if that's
Or did
still
they take
around.
that over?
Pilgrim,
What's
yeah,
Pilgrim's Pride?
PPC, it's still around.
Oh, that's got to be rallying off this too.
Uh,
Not as much. They must be eating that Tyson chicken. I don't know what to tell you this one about. If you guys would have asked me about Tyson before, on the pre-market prep show, I would have said, man, this was early. So it would have been before 9 o'clock. I would have said if you take out the pre-market high at that time, which was around 95, I would have said you can't be short. If I would have talked to you right about before the open, I would have said if you take out whatever this high is, let me get my data window up here correctly. If you come on, what is this high right here? This high was 97.81. I tell you can't be short. But for you Tyson chicken traders, I don't know how many we have out there. Just keep an eye on your high today and your close. Make sure it keeps improving on that old time closing high, because you could get a UPS situation, right? Ooh, that's getting a little tired. At least maybe if you're looking to pop it, maybe wait a day or two. I don't know if just a day or two, because that's what is happening with UPS. They kept it up there for a day. I did note that there was a new old time closing high that day, and then they couldn't. So UPS on under it's still up on the day, so I can't even say it's
yeah,
retreating. It's
holy
still up
moly.
29 cents. I wouldn't want to be long Spencer's money
This market,
below
anything.
221.54.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you wouldn't want to be long with my money and anything else right now because the market is. I mean, we just turned red in the Nasdaq and the S&Ps, and the Russell and the Dow are still hanging on there by a thread.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't
but
know. I
but
mean, all this off something Biden saying? I don't know. They
well,
did go and make a new low. That was
I
good.
don't know if it's just him. I think it's him and who's he speaking with? Someone from Germany, the Chancellor Olaf Scholz. So maybe it's the
God.
combo of the two of them right now. Um, Speaking about the Ukraine situation, which, as I understand it, in the last week or so has been relatively calm, but yeah, it's a fluid situation, as they say. Fluid situation. So let's keep our eyes back on the markets here and less on the geopolitical posturing. What were you all watching in the chat? We had a few tickers dropped in there. Easy Mike says check Beyond Meat. I did that already. Not interesting.
Let's see the fake meat. Let's see what's
Yeah,
going on with fake
it's
meat.
not interesting.
Let me see if I see anything with it. Easy Mike is he's pretty good. He usually doesn't ask unless
I mean, in
nope,
this
I
case,
don't see anything. Good job, Spencer.
yeah, in this case, he's joking. What about Hassan wants to know about Caterpillar. How is Cat doing? I looked at Cat for a minute. Oh man, wow.
Oh, I wish you would have asked me about it on Wednesday's pre-market prep show, because I would have said keep an eye on this 206 seller. I might even have mentioned that. Look at three highs in a row. So that's history now, though, right? So that 206. I mean, absolutely no upside, Hassan, until you get over. I wonder if that's a Hassan Haskins, the running back from Michigan. Do you think it is?
Somehow I doubt it.
You don't think so?
Somehow I doubt it.
All right. I mean, right now, I mean, you got two lows to lean on, 196.41, and then this recent low of 195. Not showing good relative strength at all with the market, because this is the day the market bottomed. And then you made this bottom here. I don't like the cat. You can do what you want, but I don't like the relative strength. I don't like the way it's traded today. The cat goes splat. Spoo's new low. We just hit 44.70 here. Pressure going into the close.
When Joel made the point earlier about short sellers targeting like real businesses versus businesses that are easier to poke holes in, he's referring to a ticker like CFVI, right, which is that SPAC that's merging with Rumble, which is the new social media platform that went up what was it up? It was up like 50% today, all because they offered Joe Rogan a contract. They didn't even do anything. He just offered him a contract. This thing went from $12 to $13 to $18 today.
What's the symbol?
CFVI. It's a SPAC.
C.
Like those are the moves that you want. Now it's very difficult to because they can rip in your face, but like those are the moves that you don't want to chase, right? You go from 13 to 18 off of news that they offered Joe Rogan a contract. Give me a break. Like there's not even anything there.
I didn't say anything wrong there, did I, Spencer, by saying that?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
I'm saying like if I were a short seller and I wanted to poke the bear, or I wanted to poke at a company, I wouldn't pick Royal Caribbean. I'd pick a company like this one. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. If it were me.
Yeah, I mean it's just because you're going up against institutions. You're going up against real companies. So yeah, this one I'm not going to comment on.
If it were me, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Looking ahead to tomorrow morning on the earnings report calendar, again, we got BP, we got Pfizer, Harley Davidson is always an interesting one. Cisco should be interesting. SYY. I wouldn't normally care about that, but in an inflationary environment, actually no, Cisco has not been a strong performer. That's interesting. I would have thought, defensive food stock, food supplier, but no, I guess not. That's weird. And then DuPont, whose ticker I don't even know because I think it's DD. I think because they change it so often. But yeah, it's DD. Never mind. Okay, enough about that. Not a very interesting earnings night for us. What about? I mean, you want to look at Pfizer? We can look at Pfizer for Edwin. I don't. We looked at it on Benzinga Live. It's got a expected move of like $3. Not
54 looks like resistance. Yeah, not super clean, but see what happens at 54, and then the lower end of the boundary has been 52. 52.24. So, above 54, room on the upside. Below 52, you might get a look at the low of the move. We just tanked again, folks. The reason I said there wasn't much at 71.25 is because there wasn't. We are now trading in the 44.60 handle. We're down 26.5 days. So much for the market just hanging up here and holding above 4,500, folks. We're peeling back, I'm afraid to say.
Yeah, we just went red in the Dow for whatever that's worth. We're about to go red, frankly, in the Russell. It's the only index holding up today thus far, which you can basically never say. But that's up seven points right now. We're up a third of a percent, but that is not looking like it's going to hold for the next 4 minutes. So we shall see. Yeah, wow, what a reversal. I don't know whether you want to blame what Biden is saying or not, or you could just say it's just the end of the day reversal. Either or, it's hard. When you're seeing moves like this into the close, it's hard to feel confident, right? I mean, that was a pretty uneventful day until 15 minutes ago, right?
Yeah,
20
that's why
20
I
minutes ago.
like the overnight and the pre-market and the first hour. I mean, that's the rest of that stuff. I mean, there was so
Yeah,
much chop and slop there. You could have tried to short the market so many times until it made its move in the final hour. I mean, I'm going to go to SPY because PY. I'm going to go to SPY because I don't want to put the futures back up there. But look at that. This was a little bit later because here's 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30. That last hour, man. That's when the men are men and the boys are boys. That
I
first
know,
hour
but
and last hour.
yeah, but like it's not as if we've been seeing this like every day for months and months and months. We really haven't. It's really just in the last 3 weeks, really, where we've seen these outsized moves. I feel like into the close. So very interesting. Someone in the chat asked about snow. I think I think you were in Benzinga Live earlier. I mean, someone else asked about snow, and I forgot to bring it up on the show, but I meant to, because snow was one that it IPO'd at this ridiculous, or I should say, it opened at like a ridiculous premium to its IPO, and it went to $400 like right not long after that, and came well off that. I don't know. I would like Joel's take on this because Snow was like remember it's the Warren Buffett had a stake in this one
Why is it up today? Why is it up today?
pre IPO. Why is it up 6% today? Good question. Let's check the pro. They got an upgrade. Morgan Stanley price target raised to 390.
Well, the good news is up. It's up $16.90, and nice move there. Morgan definitely moved it.
Yeah, they did.
That's the good news. The bad news is if you like to fade analysts, this would have been a good day to eventually fade it. Made that high early in the session, then you see it peeled back. But I just want to give you a level for me, and this is how I would be looking at it if I owned a stock. Yeah, it's a good move from Morgan Stanley. Yeah. But man, you had and it wasn't the what's going on here? What's the other group? It wasn't the Temptations, but you had the Four Tops here.
Yeah,
Look at this, right? Did they say why is this not doing this? Why will it not do it on this chart? Let me try one more time. You had the Four Tops. Wow, why is this chart acting different? You had the Four Tops right here at 297, 298. So the good news is you took that out. The bad news is that you didn't hold it. So I'll do the reset button and I'll say, okay, they got a little bit overdone just because of the Morgan Stanley upgrade. But I would use today's close and I would reset that 298 area and I'd say, hey, next time up there, I'm going to give it a good look. And if it can't get through 297, 298, leading on the lows of the session, you could look for a gap fill. That's a look at Snowflake.
It ended up being if you only look at the open and close, you say, oh, there's nothing to write home about. But it was a pretty good day up until 3:30 or so. So we closed down on 3 of the 4 major indexes. We closed down on how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the 11 sectors. Energy is your leader today, as it is most days, it seems like. So that's a wrap on today. Also, I'd be very curious to watch this market for the next half hour or so, see how it behaves now the big money's out of there. But Joel, we'll catch you tomorrow morning, everyone. That's a wrap for us today. Money Mitch going live at 4:30, right? 4:30 Eastern time today. So check that out. And that's a wrap, guys. Hit that like button, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Wow. That's a very surprising end of the day there, wasn't it?